righty. Welcome back, everybody. Second annual Cherokee County Media Day, and we have the great and the famous Coach Heath is in the house, and all the guys that he loves the most are here with him to join us. Coach, you can intro yourself, and guys, continue to follow with your names and class rank and the position that you play.
My name's Alan Heath. Good job. My name's Alan Heath. I'm the head football coach at Sandrock.
Trace Haygood, I'm running back and linebacker.
Brian Giles, senior receiver and outside linebacker.
Bradley Jackson, senior, and center and defensive tackle.
Logan Crowder, senior, tight end, and linebacker.
All right, guys. I know last year, I think I sort of made the little moniker of you guys were road warriors. 6 of your 7 wins came on the road. The team really seemed to use that as a rallying point, to really, play well on the road. This year, it's more of a balance with your schedule, but still, 4 of your first 5 games are on the road. Just talk about, Coach, these guys having to be on the road again. They're going to have to be road warriors again to begin the season.
Well, my first year, we didn't win any road games. All of our wins were at home. My second year, and actually all 7 of the wins were on the road because we only had 3 home games last year. So we went, 7-3 regular season and lost all 3 of our home games. So, by God, this year we need to win some both. I mean, we need to win away and home. But no, I'm really excited about the progress we've shown, and whether we play somewhere else or we get to play at our place, then we just got to work really hard and make sure that we're getting better so that we can be up to snuff. I mean, I'll go ahead and say this. I think that last year, and I'm talking about last year, we went 7-4 overall, and I know that people kind of thought we came out of nowhere. But I'll be honest with you, it's on me, not on any of the kids. It's on me. I think we underperformed. I really do. Based on what we had last year, I think we underperformed, and so that's my fault. So we've been working real hard to try and fix that. Of course, we're replacing 4 offensive linemen, an all-state receiver. I mean, we got, but these kids have been working their butts off. So I'm excited to see, where we're at. Every year's a new team. It's not like we're the NFL. We're replacing kids every year, but I'm excited to see where this group, who they've really bought in and worked really hard, I'm excited about them and what we can do this year, whether it's on the road or at home.
Guys, anything y'all want to add to that?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely losing all of our home games last year. I mean, it sucks, but there's nothing better than beating somebody on their own field.
No, I'm not.
That's hard work for him thinking.
Coach, tell us about your help, your assistant coaches.
Oh, golly, we've got such a great staff. I mean, Coach Thornberry is defensive coordinator. He does a great job. He was the first person when I started. I was interim coach for about 6 months because that's a long story. I was interim coach for about 6 months. And when I walked in the weight room and I told him what we were going to do, he was the first person to buy into what we were doing. God's going on 3 years ago now. And he works really hard. He's great with the kids. I'm sure they like him a lot better than they like me. But he's really good with the kids and gets along with them. He does a great job. We got Coach Keith Bates, who is awesome. He does offensive line and does the field. He works on our game field and does an amazing job getting our game field looking beautiful. And also a great coach and great teacher. We got Coach Nick Traffinstead, Coach T. He does a great job. He works with both offense and defense secondary receivers, that kind of thing. Coach Short, who works with running backs and offensive line, he does a great job. All of our coaches, Coach Bates, Josh Bates, our junior high head coach, Coach McGill, Coach Smith, Coach Jones. Am I forgetting anybody? Coach Jakeway said he's going to take a step back this year. He's still going to be around, though. I mean, Coach Jakeway, his grandson, Gatlin, plays for us. And
Do you believe him?
No, I want him around. I told him, hey, talk about a wealth of knowledge. He's forgotten more about football than I'll ever know. So I want Coach Jakeway around as much as he can be. I love Coach Jakeway. And he's the one person who will tell me straight up, like he'll be like, "Alan, that's stupid." Yes, yes, sir, you're probably right. You know, what am I going to say to that? But you know, a lot of people won't do that, but he'll give it to me straight, and I need that a lot of times because I can be hard headed. So I love having Coach Jakeway around.
Coach Heath, I feel honored. This second Saturday I've got to spend with you, man.
Yes, sir.
You guys got some new teams coming into your region, and I'll let each of you answer this. How does it feel, you know, having, well, Collinsville's a rival game for y'all, but you know, you got the Fife, North Sand Mountain, and those guys coming into your region now. How does that feel, kind of having some new opponents on your schedule this season?
Well, I mean, you know, it's difficult, but it's also kind of, you know, I don't know them as well as maybe the guys we played the past couple of years, but they don't know us as well either. You know what I'm saying? So maybe they won't, you know, be able to know exactly what play I'm going to call or whatever else as easily maybe as some of the teams we played the past couple of years, you know. Guys?
Yeah, definitely playing the same teams every year. We know what they're going to do, their capabilities, but playing different teams that we've never seen before, we don't know what they're capable of, so it'll be fun.
I zone out. Just go into every week, you know, same as the next.
It's just football. At the end of the day, it's just football, so it doesn't really matter.
It's gonna be good having a few different teams come in the region. Haven't played five since 2019, 2020, and that's one of our goals every year when we play fives is to beat them. Always been known to be a really good football team.
Coach, I know last year when we sat down and talked this time, you were kind of disappointed in the way the 2020 season went because of COVID and other things. And you talked, you're very optimistic going into the season. And you've already alluded to the fact you're 7-3 and you weren't satisfied with that. But do you think that set a foundation for this team coming up next year? You made the playoffs. You're back in the playoffs for the first time in about 3 years. That sets a foundation for you and this team.
Yes, sir, absolutely. I mean, you know, losing's contagious, but so is winning. You know, and once you learn how to win, and that's something that you have to learn how to do. That's not something that comes innately. People think that they can, you know, do this much or that there's such a thing as good enough. You have to get past that and realize that what may have been good enough last week probably ain't going to be good enough again this upcoming week because people are going to see what you did on film. You have to continue to progress and get better at everything that you do. And so, I mean, yeah, I'm excited about where we're headed, and I do think that you know, we had a great senior class last year that kind of helped lay this foundation. We had a great senior class the year before that. This group right here, though, they're the first ones who really, and all four of these guys are seniors. We got some other great seniors, too, who couldn't be here today. There just wasn't enough chairs for them, honestly. I'd have loved to have them. Every one of them has bought in, worked their tails off, and I think that's buy-in is the big thing, and that just takes time because – you know, every offensive play that I call is designed to score a touchdown. All right? Every defense is designed to stop every offensive play if it's executed correctly, okay? So the fact of the matter is being bought in, believing in what you do, and working your tail off and working harder than the other guys. You know, I've said it ever since I took this job. We are Sandrock, we're not going to, you know, win on talent alone. We're going to have to work harder than everybody else. And here's the thing. These guys right here, they work their tails off. Now, once again, you have to continue to do that. You have to continue to be bought in. And when you face negative circumstances, you know, I always tell them circumstances don't determine outcome. Attitude and performance do. All right? You can allow circumstances to determine outcome, but that's on you if you do. All right? It's up to you to continue to push yourself and get better. And so, yeah, I'm excited about the foundation we've built. We're getting back to hopefully, you know, doing more winning than losing. But once again, that's not good enough, all right? Good enough would be 15-0 and holding up a blue map, and then the next day you got to start over for next year anyway. So you just continue to push yourself and get better.
Coach, you talked about the senior class you lost. Am I right? You've got your entire starting backfield back this year with quarterback and running backs?
No, sir, we got some changes there, but
okay.
And some stuff's kind of up in the air. We've had, so unfortunately, we've had some off-season injuries and stuff. So we're working through things right now in the summer to try and figure things out and get things back to, you know, what we know exactly where everybody's going to be and fit in best, and, you know, be able to be the most successful we can possibly be.
Coach, going back to your days when you were at Mumford with Coach Wagner, and then Hazel Green and places like that, that's where I remember you from.
Yes, sir.
Give me an idea. This is Coach talking to Coach.
Yes, sir.
Give me that idea of what, you know, obviously it was a head coaching job at Sandrock, but what intrigued you about Sandrock and give us a little bit about the people, the community, because, they've talked about culture today, but you came into a culture that was, Coach Jakeway, by the way, tell him I said hello.
I will, yes.
Just tell us a little bit about Sandrock and what intrigued you about taking that job there.
Well, it's blue collar, and I mean that in the best way, because everybody there works hard. You're talking about hardworking people, good, salt of the earth people. It reminds me of like what Hoax Bluff was when I was in school at Hoax Bluff 30 years ago. 25 years ago. So it's it's a small community where everyone's involved and they know each other. And like you said, the foundations of the football program that Coach Jakeway had in place. And then, for me to be able to get a wealth of knowledge from him, it's just, it's a great thing, and it's a great community. And this past year, we had 3 home games, and like Coach Howard talked about, he's joking about the gate for the game because we had just a huge crowd for the game against Spring Garden, and it was an awesome atmosphere. Now, and once again, I'll take fully shoulder the blame. We came up 1 point short. That's on me, all right? We came up 1 point short, but it was a heck of a ball game. That was, two good football teams duking it out, for 4 quarters, and because of some stupid calls I made, we didn't come out on top. It wasn't anything that they did. But that type of, I'm at one of the only places, Coach, I feel like that the old school kind of hard-nosed coaching, that's the only thing that I know how to do, still flies like that. Really, because they were joking with me earlier. I think they were joking anyway about how it's playing for me is not easy. It's not. Now, and look, every one of these guys and every one of the ones who aren't here, they know I love them. I tell them every day. We do a devotional every day. I pray with them every day. I love them. I do. But that don't mean I'm going to be easy on them. In fact, because I love them, I'm harder on them. If I didn't care about them, I'd tell them to go play Marco Polo out on Highway 411 or something, But I do. I love them, and I want what's best for them, and that means I got to push them and say things that they don't want to hear all the time.
Let me get my last question, and this is for you guys, because you are what this is all about anyway. And I want you all to speak on what it's like, because undoubtedly y'all were road warriors last year, but you have played at home before. You know what it's like to play at home, but each one of you give me what's your favorite thing about your standing there, whether you have a victory line or what, but what's going through your head right before that ball game when you're standing there fixing to come on that field? What are some of the things that you've remembered in the past and some of the things that you get excited about during that 1 minute left before kickoff and you're ready to come out on that field? What are some of the things going through your mind?
Yeah, especially just the adrenaline rush. Going out, all the work we've done all summer, all year, practicing with each other, going out, just getting ready for the game. It's just, there's nothing like it.
I would say the first kickoff probably goes through my mind most. First play of the game. I like getting that, adrenaline, you know what I mean? And just being able to hit somebody different.
Going out there after a hard week, putting the work in. There's nothing like going out there and playing in front of your home crowd. It's something different.
That first play, like Brian said, just get the adrenaline and everything going, get the nerves out, then play football from there.
Well, I encourage you, especially you seniors, to take it all in because it'll be over before you know it. So just remember to play hard and do what your coach asks you to do, and you'll be fine.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, guys. You guys have got to be one of my favorite groups we've ever interviewed. I know last year on Monday nights, Sandrock was one of the schools we look forward to seeing come down. Coach Heath is a fun coach. So each one of you guys, tell me what it's like playing for Coach Heath and what he means to you.
Insane.
I don't believe that. Yeah.
You're supposed to say nice things, Brian.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, it definitely ain't easy. We've had a coach in the past, and I didn't really play much then, but growing up under Coach Heath and the hard work we got to do, and he ain't easy. But just working hard, getting yelled at a few times, but that's about it.
I think, I tell Coach Heath all the time how our coaches, know how to have a good time, but know the fine line you walk of having a good time and working hard. I think that makes it, I mean, just that much more special.
It's not been the most enjoyable time practicing for him, but games are definitely worth it because he has turned our program around like I've never seen before.
Pretty much what all they said, and won everything.
And-
It's just not fun playing for him, but
And the beating the ground, you know, and getting,
yeah,
getting
getting crazy
whispered
at
in your
practice.
ear.
All the broken clipboards.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot about the clipboards.
Yeah.
Hey, Average Joe supplied me with clipboards, so I've still got a few left from that stash. So I appreciate that.
They'll be gone week one.
We'll get some more for this season.
They'll be gone week one, don't worry.
I don't seem like what now? Well, it's weird, and I'll say this, and they figured it out, but like when I get in football mode, it really is like there's my brain focuses on one thing, and like I can. I sometimes I'll go back afterwards and be like, and I probably to him, hey Trace, I'm sorry for what I said when I told you that because, but in the heat of the moment, they really, I get right on, and Brian I don't ever apologize to because he deserves it, but I really though I do I'm very intense, but I expect them to be very intense, when we're out there on the football field. No, they act like it's all just some kind of horrible thing, but we do have a lot of fun. We have a good time together. I think we do anyway.
Hey, ask the referees on Friday night if he's that type of guy. They'll tell you.
I get along. Hey, the head of the Gadsden officials told me that I wasn't bad at all because I apologized to him one
I've
time.
been friends with him for years.
Hey, Coach, we've given them a chance to talk about you. Let me give you a chance to talk about them. Talk about them as leaders. Are they vocal leaders or are they example leaders?
Really, this group of seniors, like I said, the ones who are not sitting up here just as well. Like it's rare that you can say out of we got 9 seniors this year, and I always love all of my players. I do. I promise you that. I actually like all of them too. I mean, all of this group. I mean, I really do. And they are and they're fun to be around. But they also put in the work, and they actually lead both ways. They lead by example, but they'll also get on each other or tell. And that's what you really need. Like I said, I'm really excited to see where this group, because this will be my 3rd season at Sandrock. And so these guys really have played pretty much their varsity career. They know what to expect. They're not surprised. I don't know that I can say or do anything at this point that would surprise them because I've probably already said or done it. So actually, it's pretty good that I think that each one of these guys and these 4 up here and the other 5 seniors and some of the underclassmen too. But they really the hard work. Well, I'll put it this way. When I talked about being interim earlier, when I was interim for 6 months, I did not intend upon coaching football anymore, all right? And I saw the hard work that the kids at Sandrock would put in, and I thought, how can I not want to coach that and be a part of that? Because I'm in administration. I went to Sandrock as an administrator, And then when Coach Chestnut resigned, I went in as an interim, and it's the hard work and seeing these guys work like old school work, and being willing to do it and not complaining too much, that they made me want to coach them. I enjoy coaching them. Now, there's times that I'm pulling my hair out or whatever else, but they're a great group of kids. They really are, and I love each one of them.
Coach, speaking of officials, you said the Gadsden officials said that you were
Not that bad.
not that bad. There's a picture, and it came from you that you showed me that might say otherwise, that your seniors from last year gave you.
Look, the seniors from last year made a collage. Apparently, somebody just takes pictures of me during ball games, and of me having discussions with some officials, and they made a big poster, and it's hanging on my wall right now. It's pretty funny actually, but it kind of like it's funny because I look so ridiculous, but then at times I'm like, golly, that's embarrassing that I act that way sometimes. But I do, I appreciate the officials and what all they do, and I know that's a tough job. I mean, because you got idiots like me yelling at you, and you got a bunch of kids you're trying to keep, from fighting each other and doing the right thing and everything else. So I know it's a tough job, and I do appreciate what they do. But yeah, that poster was funny, but also, like I said, I look at it and thought, God, that's embarrassing right there. But it is funny though.
Logan, I'm going to kind of beg to differ with you about the football is just football. I mean, you guys open with Spring Garden, and then you come back and you play Cedar Bluff. I mean, two county schools right off the bat. I mean, just talk about how excited you are that you're playing two rivals right off the bat.
It's cool. We always, of course, Spring Garden. We always want to beat them. That's a big rival for us. Then we go play Cedar Bluff, which they beat us. Was it 2 years ago? Yeah, and then we're still holding that to us. So it's a great feeling that we get to go out there week 1, week 2, and compete against them. But I think we're ready.
Guys, anything y'all want to add to that?
I feel like Spring Garden's a bigger rival than Collinsville is nowadays.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that's our rival. Collinsville was our parents' rival. You know what I mean?
Yes, with the way the game was last year, I was there covering the game with y'all. The Spring Garden game I know y'all didn't come out on the way that you wanted to, and I think I told you this like the next morning because you have to let him cool off. And again, we'll revisit that just for a second. First meeting him and have him on the show, he's really, you can tell he's football intelligent. He knows what he's doing. He's got X's and O's. He loves the guys. When I go to cover the first game, his hair is like, it's standing up, and he's like gritting his teeth like he's got his headphone in his mouth. And I was like, who is that guy, man? He really gets excited, which just means he cares. But, talking upon that Spring Garden rivalry game, I remember back in the day when we were around, it was Cedar Bluff. That was the area member championship back in the day. It was Sand Rock, Cedar Bluff. We're talking about back in the 90s, like way before y'all. But anyway, we'll let y'all in with that, and we love you guys, and thank you guys for coming on, and we'll definitely be around. I'll see you probably after the 4th when everybody gets back and stuff. Good luck on your season, and thank y'all for coming again. We appreciate y'all.
Sounds good. Hey, appreciate all y'all. Thank y'all very much.
Thank you, guys. Sand Rock Wildcats, we're going to take a 2-minute deal here, and we'll be right back with your Cherokee County Warriors, and we'll finish the day with Cedar Bluff Tigers. Thank you.